Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nate and I do a lot of reaction videos comparing the United States with pretty much the rest of the world. And in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to part 2 of what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you. If you missed part 1, you can check it out right up here in the cards. I'll also leave a link down in the description. And if you stay to the end, I'll give you another thing that an American has said to me that had me shaking my head. So let's just get into the video.
I'm kind of curious, what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I am Italian and I go to college in the US. I was on a phone call with my advisor to schedule my classes for spring semester, okay? So at some point he goes like, "Wait, you're Italian? I love Paris. I've been there a few years ago." And I told him, "Yeah, I love Paris too. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. I've been there a few years ago too." And he goes like, "I also took some French classes in high school too." And I was like, "Yeah, French. Yeah, I know French because I studied it at school." And he goes like, "Wait, you studied it at school?" And I goes like, "Yeah, I studied it because in Italy we don't speak French and Paris isn't in Italy. So yeah, that's it. In Italy we speak Italian. In the capital of Italy is Rome." And he goes like, "Oh my god, how could I forget?" Man.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Excuse me, why do you speak Spanish? Well, a lot of my friends speak Spanish, so I decided to teach myself. It's not hard. You don't look Mexican. I'm not. I'm black. Wait, so you're black and you speak Spanish? And your English seems okay. Yes, black people can learn other languages. I mean, I guess, but, it doesn't make sense that you speak Spanish if you're not Mexican.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Alright, so I had an American girl message me on Instagram the other day expressing how she's keen for marriage and whatnot. I wasn't interested for multiple reasons, so I thought the easiest and nicest way to let her down would be to state the obvious fact that we're from different countries. So I told her, "You're from America, I'm from Australia, it's probably not gonna work." And she had the audacity to say, "It's okay, I can sponsor you." Sponsor? Bitch, what? Do they not teach Americans that there's other countries in the world where people are living happily? Not all of us are chasing that American dream. Our kangaroos in Australia are more civilized than your people, and our spiders are nicer than your people. Why would I want to move to America? Sponsor?
Spiders are
I'm
nice.
kind of curious, what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I'm travelling in Australia, I'm in a hostel in Brisbane and there's this American couple. I ask them where they're from, they tell me they're from Alabama. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's amazing, I've never been to America." And they're like, "Oh really? But America's so close to Jamaica." And I'm thinking, what? And I say, "Oh well, I'm not from Jamaica." "Oh well, sure you are, you sound Jamaican to me." And I was like, "Well, I'm actually from Wales." And the girl looks at me and she starts giving me a glare. I'm like, "Oh god, what have I said? Have I offended them in some way?" And they're like, "You can't say you're from a fake country, that is so offensive." And I'm like, "Well, Wales is a real country." "No, it's not, it's an animal." Like, "No, it's a real country. Who do you think Charles is? You know, Queen Elizabeth's son, he's Prince of Wales." "Oh yeah, he's Prince of the Animals. Everybody knows that he owns all the whales in the world."
What?
I'm kind of curious.
These can't be real. Are there people that dumb? I don't want to believe it.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
There was a Haitian kid in my class and they said, "Hey Biko, you're from Kenya, they're from Haiti, so y'all both from Africa, right?" Someone said I don't count as African American because my family is from Africa and I was born in America. I've had someone legitimately tell me, if they didn't want to be slaves, why didn't they fight back? Once people found out that the darker the color, the more heat it absorbs, it was pretty much over for me every summer because someone was going to call out the fact that, "Oh, you're really dark, so you must be really hot right now." People ask me if I speak African a lot. No matter what the athletic accolade I get, someone is going to say it's because I'm black. No, seriously, they're just going to be like, "Oh, you're dark skinned. Of course you're the fastest on the team." Okay. Stupidity is in no way a specifically American trait, but when Americans do it, damn, they do it well.
I'm kind of curious, what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
I once flew from London to Houston, and when I got to the border, the TSA agent took my British passport, my return ticket to London, and then proceeded to ask me, where did I learn how to speak English? And when I kind of said England, she said, "Oh, you guys speak English out there too?"
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
I live in Arizona, and I graduated high school here. But one of my first days in high school, this girl sat next to me in English class. She was like, "Oh, where you from?" And then I tell her I'm from Denmark, and she's like, "Oh, isn't that in Chicago?"
Curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Oh my god, I can make a lot of these because I studied in the US as a non-American for like a year, so I've heard a lot of crazy shit, but here's one of them. So I was with a group of Americans and we were discussing whether or not we had seen a celebrity in public yet, because we were in New York, and sometimes in New York you can just see like Zendaya walking around the street. And I had just gotten there, so I had not seen a celebrity yet, so I was telling them how in Prague that doesn't happen. But then I told them that I had seen a famous Czech YouTuber walking around my neighborhood once. And this girl was like, "Wait, Czech YouTuber? I don't get it." And I was like, What do you not get?" And she was like, "Does he make videos in Czech?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "How does he do that? YouTube is in English." And I was like, No, it's what? And she was like, "Yeah, like the videos in YouTube are English because YouTube is in English. Hello, it's for English speakers." And I was like, I had to explain to this girl that most of YouTube is not in English and that like the whole world uses YouTube in their own language. And she was still confused.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
When I was a senior in high school, I was a teacher assistant for one of the U.S. history classes. And let me tell you, some interesting things were said by those students. My favorite being this. We were discussing whether or not Puerto Rico should become an actual state and not just a territory of the United States. We're having a perfectly good conversation until this one girl raises her hand. And her question was, "But if we make Puerto Rico a state, where would we put it?" A few moments go by and me and the teacher are looking each other in the eye and we're just like, oh my god. And then she kind of takes a moment and goes, "Oh." And we're like, thank God, like she figured it out. No, her response was, "We could just put it where Rhode Island is. No one cares about Rhode Island."
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I'm Mexican, and I was working in Tulum. One day I was talking with this girl, and she said to me, "I really wanted to visit Mexico in Cinco de Mayo to see your Independence Day." Sorry, what? Yeah, Cinco de Mayo, your Independence Day? Oh, actually our Independence Day is on September 16. Don't lie to me, I know South American history and I know that Mexico Independence Day, it's on Cinco de Mayo. Well, actually no, Mexico's North America. And you can Google that, actually, you can see that Mexico's Independence Day is on September 16. Oh my god, you have Google? Yes, why? I mean, I'm really surprised that you can speak English and use Google.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Oh, I was made for this. Okay, so when I first moved here, I was in 6th grade, and I was getting enrolled to this middle school, and I was meeting up with the assistant principal. And basically, she asked me from where I was from, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Colombia, like I just moved here." And then she's like, "Oh my god, really? So do y'all live in trees and eat alligators for breakfast?"
What?
Last time I remember, I was living in a very nice house, eating pan de bono with some chocolisto, but that's fine.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I was an exchange student in the US and I would randomly get asked by questions. And then one time I said I was Asian because Philippines is in Southeast Asia. And then they literally said, "Philippines is in Asia? I thought it was in Europe." Girl. And then one time I was in the bus, I got asked, "Do you have school? Do you have farm animals in the Philippines? Do you know what an iPhone is?" What? Girl, what do you think of some sort of a different planet? Like, this is why you need to go to school.
All right, so another short one. Some of these really make my head hurt. I don't understand how people don't know certain. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, But come on, So, as promised, here's another dumb thing that an American, actually a small group of young men here in the United States has ever said to me. And while I was in Germany, in the military, my first tour over there, the license plates that we had for our vehicles were just straight black and white plates. They stood out like a sore thumb. It was kind of a white plate, black border, black letters, said USA on it. We stood out. Now, and then they changed them to be more colorful like the European plate, but they still said USA. Now I believe that they're just straight European plates, like German plates. Anyway, I still had this black and white plate on my car when I shipped it over to the US. I was in my hometown of Wyoming, and at a gas station. I come walking out of the gas station and I notice a group, maybe 4 or 5 kids, basically, must have been high school age or around there, standing at the back of my car just staring at my license plate. So I walk up to them. They all see me coming. They turn around and, oh man, where are your plates, or where are you from? That was the normal question when people saw the plates, is just, where are you from? Because they'd never seen plates like that, obviously. I got tired of explaining my whole life story to them, so I ended up usually just responding with Germany. And all of them kind of looked back at the plate and then looked at me. So you drove all the way from Germany? I couldn't help myself, and I said yes, right over the bridge that they just built. They built a bridge? I said, have a nice day, and got in my car. I didn't know what to respond with after that. I told a buddy of mine that story. He laughed. He didn't believe it. One day we are at the movies. We come walking out. Again, small group of people staring at my license plate. So I hit the alarm on my car, unlocked the doors, startled them a little bit. We walk up. Where are you from? Germany. You drove all the way from Germany? I thought my buddy was going to piss his pants. He was laughing so hard because he actually witnessed a completely separate group of people ask me the same thing. Did I drive all the way from Germany? I said, no, I did not. Thank you. Good night. It's amazing, really, what people, and I want to attribute it to that they're just kind of caught off guard, not thinking straight, and just blurt something out. But unfortunately, I don't think that's really the truth all the time. I really think that they are just that clueless. So, again, makes my head hurt. I am sorry for the rest of the world out there that our education system is not up to par. Granted, we aren't the only ones that say stupid things. Other countries, nationalities can say some pretty stupid things too. One bonus story, it was an American soldier to my wife, who happens to be German. We were in Fort Knox having a barbecue or whatever, and it was actually, I think he was a husband of a soldier, of a young lady, but whatever the case, he asked my wife what she did for fun in Germany. Okay, simple enough. That's kind of an innocent question. It's like, what do you do for fun where you're from, right? And she kind of looked at me a little weird and said something. I don't remember what exactly, but then he looked at her and said, do you guys have TV? Yeah. Do you guys have refrigerators? I'm like, what the hell does this guy think? Do we have, and he was serious. I mean, the guy was serious. And it doesn't make any sense. It's like we are so much in a bubble that we can't see outside of our own area. I don't know. It's comical yet sad at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't checked out part 1, It's right over here, and I'll leave a description to the original video and part 1 down in the comments below. Again, if you have any comments on what the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you, please share it with us all so we can all get a good laugh. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.